Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at NVIDIA, AMD, Tesla, and MU. We file the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, they're free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out venomtrading.com/promo/StockBookie. All right, let's get into the daily chart on NVIDIA. We did have, 22 million on the day, 1.86% green, $4.33 up. We did hit the 618 on the retrace down. We came off this little bit of a pattern. We talked about this little inside bar bearish pattern, played out. People bought the dip, 618, starting getting to some good support down in here. Boom, they blast off, got it back above the 20 and the 50 MA, so everything's A-OK with NVIDIA, guys. But I'm watching for this little sideways action, then possibly more downside to come. If we do recapture this blue line, which is right around the 240 area, then possibly higher prices, 250, then we're looking at double top, and then 255, 260, 265, stuff like that. If we do start to slide, then I'm still going to be looking at the 187 area. We'll have good support at the 204, gap fill here around the 199, 200 area, but ultimately we will be back down here if the markets start to slide and possibly lower. So that's what we'll be looking for. Weekly chart on NVIDIA, same thing. Strong chart, up, sideways, bullish, above the MAs, nothing wrong. It's back above this trend line here. We were in this channel for a while, got up, came back in, popped up, kind of retesting. So keep an eye on this one. If this continues to go sideways, this one should keep going higher. If this pattern fails here, we will be retesting the lows around the 204, 200 area. Remember, we got the gap fill around the 199 as well. Ultimately, though, if the markets do sell off, we'll be coming down here to the 174.32 area. So that's what I'm going to be watching for. Just as long as we're staying above the moving averages, guys, it's okay. If it starts to slide, bottom line, SPY, IWM, Qs, that starts to sell, everything's going down. But overall, in the picture, in the charts, this stock is fine. All right, let's go into AMD. AMD, we were down a little bit, 0.76%, 9 cents down. Where was the close? We're closed at 1181, so we just can't, let's go to the daily. We had, what do we have, 58 million on the day, so volume was all right, no great shakes, but here's your line in the sand right here, right around this $13 area. We got big resistance, and as well as the 1386. Let me pull this out a little bit here. I got the fib from this low to that high. We could put it in here. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it on this high because that was the last recent high, and then as well as we have this trend line too, so you got to watch for this now. They're going to have resistance coming into this area. So we had a nice push up from of course, the $10 to the $14, then it goes back to the $10, back to the 13, still in the middle of the range right here if you're looking at the 50% retrace, but still weak, guys. Back below the MAs. Bullish, you got to be above the MAs, consolidating, then maybe the pop up. We had this little bit of a tail here. Someone's pushing it down, a little bit bearish, brings it back below the MAs. Now I'm going to watch for this down and sideways. If we go down, we're still in an inside bar bearish pattern here. Now if we go down again and sideways, we'll be in two inside bar bearish patterns below the MAs. As long as we're staying below the MAs and chopping around, our chances to go lower are pretty damn good. This is AMD, guys. We get a little bit of news, it's up $3. You get a little bit of news, it's down $3. You get a little bit of news, it's up $3. Maybe they get a buyout, maybe they get something. I don't know. Don't really care. All I know I want to see is this down sideways action. This is setting up for lower prices. We did retest this. I don't know what this was, some news or when the markets were going up, grinding up, but guys, we're back below the MAs. We're going to be watching for some consolidation. Next area, if we do go down, watch for this one here, right around 1065. If that breaks, then we'll most likely be testing these lows around the $10. If we get back above the MAs, back above this area around the 1281, fill some gaps, get back to the 1386, then we could possibly fill this gap right here at 1424. So watch for these areas here around the 1384. If you're more on the bullish side, 1281 to 13 is a real big area too with the gap fill. Bearish, you want this thing to stay down here, and it should start falling again. Markets correct, markets pull back. This one will be falling with the markets. I still think on the weekly, if we get a major pullback in the indexes, we're going right here. Wherever this 200 MA is, that's going to be my price target. Great support still around 850. Big support here around 660. And then, of course, the $10 area, 971. Watch for that. So right now, you know, we made this high, then a lower high, and then we actually, you know what? Let me see. Nah, you know what? Let's see what happens. We're back below the 50, and we're still above the 20 on the weekly. Let's see what happens next week. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of the range. Nothing to do for me, at least. But if you're long, you want to get back above the MAs. If you're short, you want to get below these MAs, start to consolidate for lower prices. So watch for that. All right, let's go into Tesla. Tesla, guys. Let's go into the daily. So the daily, you know, again, Tesla, great trading vehicle. I mean, look at this. Skyrockets up with the market. What did the market do the last 10, 15 days? Straight up. What did Tesla do? Straight up. It's a market trade. What did the markets do? 3 days down. What did Tesla do? 3 days down. What did the markets do on the 4th day? Bounce up. What did Tesla do? Bounce up. Still back below the 20. We did recapture the 50 and the 200. This is the daily, remember. We did have 1.27% green, $4 up. So it was an alright day for Tesla. But we did come back down here. Markets bounce. This was a big area here at the low at this candle at 322.78. It held, bounced right up. Now down. If we chop sideways below the MAs, this one's setting up again for lower prices. Higher prices first. You got to get back above the MAs. Get back to this 750 retrace, and then maybe higher prices. You have a lot of overhead resistance. Remember, everyone who bought here was a bag holder. Like, oh gosh, goes back up. They're like, wow, this is great. All right, we're back in the money. Then they slam them. Gets back up here. So these guys who were buying up here, they become sellers. And they say, you know what, I'm done. I'll wait for lower prices. I'm going to buy the dip once it gets down below. We also had this guy here, though, which was connect the dots. That was a big area of support as well. So not bad. Got the bounce. Let's see what happens if we get some follow through on the bounce, or do we just click over and go straight back down? So this week we're going to be watching for a little bit chart pattern, see what these things are doing. Weekly close will be very important as well. But on the weekly, we got back above the 50 and the 20 MA. That was big. Remember, we dipped down here, and then boom, they pushed it right back up. But overall, we're still inside these bars with a nice retrace. So we're not out of the woods yet. Big area for the bulls. 362.42. You get above that, then we can make a run for the roses up to the 389 400 area. If we can't recapture that 360, 361 area, then if this starts to slide, gets below the MAs, we'll be retesting this. And then I think, I would love this area right here, 250, 251, 240. That would be an epic area for a bounce. If it goes there, guys, I'll even be bullish on Tesla. And if that doesn't hold, then you're looking at down here around the 180 area. Not that it's going to get there, but honestly, you never flipping know. I mean, look at the run here. You go from 180 to 380, and that's what I was telling everybody. You go from 180 to 320. I was like, guys, take your profits, take your profits. Went up, yeah, of course it did. Pulled back, right back in the money. Went back, pulled back, went back, pulled back. I think we're due for one more pullback, and then maybe the launch. We'll see what happens. A lot of news coming out this week. Trump stirring things up, and for me, I'm just going to follow the charts. All right, MU. Daily chart. Right back up. It was a great pullback. We're starting to make some money on this one. We're short right around 48.50 on this one, but we shorted back here, I believe, on this one. Made some good money as it pulled back. Did it again. Let's see if we can pull this trade off as well. If you are bullish, you got to get above the 49.89 area. It was a great retrace, great push up here. This is exactly what you wanted to see if you're bullish, but you got to get some follow through now, and I want to see more volume than this guy. So if we get volume, we get a push through the $50 area, and we close up in here, then you'd probably expect higher prices. But if it does not follow through and get a nice follow through day on the following day. All right, let me start that over. If we close above 50, we need some follow through on the next day or the next couple of days with some volume to solidify that we are possibly going up on MU. If it gets here, chops, and then fails, we will be going right back down with the markets. Remember, if the markets pull back, the indexes, the SPY and everything, this will go down, period. If the markets stay light volume, floating higher, this has a better chance of moving up. So once we get past the 50, then it could go higher. For the bears, you want to see this thing just click and come right back in and engulf this candle. Whether it's tomorrow or the next day or maybe Wednesday it pulls back. If you get back below the 46.04, that will be a big area. Then you're going to come back down and fill this gap. At 44.30 though, you're going to have great support down in here. If that does not hold, we'll be going right back down to here. So bulls, you got to get back above the 50 and continue going on some volume. Bears, you want to see this thing just come right back in and engulf this candle and get below this pivot at 46, fill this gap. We'll see what happens here. Wait for pattern. If it continues to go, you're going to go to the 618.750. So all depends on the markets, guy. The SPYs, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT. If those start pulling back again, expect another pullback in the markets. All right, guys. Well, that's the weekend update for these four. Hopefully, I'm helping some of your traders out there, giving you a little bit better idea where these things can possibly go. Some good support areas, good resistance areas, stuff like that. And don't forget to like my videos. Don't forget to come down here, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And guys, thanks again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.